Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Golden Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. It's hard to believe it's been 15 years since the University of Tulsa started renovations at Chapman Stadium for TU football. And it was 15 years ago that TU had their first game after the Case Athletic Complex was built in the north end zone. It was a classic affair, and it was Tulsa against BYU. After beating Louisiana Monroe to start the 2007 season, the Hurricane had their home opener against powerhouse BYU at Chapman Stadium. For head coach Todd Graham, his first home game had fireworks galore. After BYU scored the first touchdown, and after a bit of a slow start for TU's offense, offensive coordinator Gus Malzahn and quarterback Paul Smith turned the dial up big time.
I remember learning that Charles Clay was going to turn out to be a really good football player.
Rolling to the left side, Smith setting up, has time, now floats it to the near side, and it is caught by Charles Clay at the 8 and into the end zone. Touchdown, TU, 43 yards.
But that was only the beginning. Moments later, the Golden Hurricane took the lead.
Rolling to the right, has some time, still rolling, throws end zone, caught by Trey Johnson. Touchdown, TU. 17-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Trey Johnson.
After BYU tied the game at 14, Smith and his friends were at it again.
Deep drop, Smith throws long over the middle. It's in the air. Marion is there, catches it. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, TU. 75-yard touchdown pass. Paul Smith to Brennan Marion. His second catch, his first touchdown.
It was the first of many long TD passes to Brennan Marion that year, but BYU had answers almost every time. Max Hall to Dennis Pitta, and BYU had tied the game at 21 early in the second quarter. But in this first half of football ping pong, TU again found Clay.
Smith, fake handoff, back to pass, has time, throws, end zone, Clay, caught, touchdown TU! 18-yard touchdown pass, Paul Smith to Charles Clay, his second score.
Down 28-21, BYU finished the half strong, and in this crazy wild game, the Cougars held a 34-31 lead at intermission. You might not think there was much defense in this game, but TU cashed in on a defensive break early in the third quarter.
Now throws to the near side. It's intercepted by Roberts, left side, 45-40, 35-30. He could go, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Roy Roberts.
Roy Roberts' pick six flipped the lead back to the Hurricane, and after the defense got another stop on a Chris Chamberlain interception, Tulsa got their first two-score lead as Terry and Adams charged in from 10, and it was 45-34. After BYU closed the lead down to 45-40, it was time for the Charles Clay Show once again.
The snap, big blitz coming, throws over the middle, Clay has it, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown TU! 37-yard touchdown catch by Charles Clay, his third of the game.
At 52-40 with still 11 minutes to go, this game was far from over.
I recall never being comfortable. I remember thinking, okay, I think we're going to get a chance to separate ourselves a little bit here. And it never really got to a comfortable place, even though we were having a great game.
Sure enough, BYU cut the lead to 52-47. TU did get a field goal, but the 8-point lead was still precarious late in the fourth quarter, and the Hurricane defense needed to make one last stop. Chris Chamberlain crushes the BYU tight end, jarring the ball loose, and Steve Craver scoops it up to secure Tulsa's first ever win against BYU. What an offensive showing with 102 points, 1,289 yards of total offense, and over 1,000 passing yards.
Looking at the stat sheet after the game, and I went into the locker room thinking I think I just had the best game, not only of my college career, that might be my best game ever. And I remember looking at the stat sheet, and that's just one way that this game will humble you. I realized the quarterback for BYU had a better game than I did, even though we came out with a victory. So that was humbling for me.
15 years ago, Tulsa beat BYU 55-47.